Hey, look at this. I'm changing it myself. I'm going from dark to light. It's 3 o'clock only. It's in the PM. And I have music on, but I have it on the lowest setting. So maybe it won't pick up and be, I don't know. I think that they tag you for uh, copyright or something if you have play music. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see if this video is taken down because it is, well, I wouldn't say it's like super sunny or anything. Still super excited because we got these new treats. When I very first got it out of the package, though, it is, I don't know how to explain it because I kept seeing it on TikTok. And they kept saying it takes them a long time to chew it. It's really, really hard. And it's just 3 ingredients or something. It's like cheese, hard cheese or something. Anyway, so I decided to get, and they're expensive, man. I couldn't believe it. 4 of them was like $25 or $30 or something. And so I ordered them, and they just got here today. And so when she gets her stuff, she gets so excited. So I get in, I open it, I give it to her, and she's like, she starts trying to chew it, and she's, what the hell is this? She's getting so mad because she just wanted a treat she could just eat, and she couldn't eat this thing. And it's just like throwing her, she's getting so irritated and jumping up and doing all sorts of stuff. And she's got a strong enough jaw that she is breaking it apart and stuff. But anyways, she's chewing that. It seemed like there was something else I was going to say about it, but I don't remember. But I have a bunch of things, though, that I wanted to say. So, I did sleep better. I don't know if it is, because it does kind of hang on me or something. But that's not why I started doing it in the middle of the night. I was doing it in the middle of the night because I kept being like woke up and I couldn't go back to sleep because my brain would be so full of stuff. But maybe it's like purge it out before I go to bed or something. Because before, I don't know. Was it that I was doing it in the morning and then I have all day and then I go to sleep and then to get to the next morning, that was more difficult maybe? I don't know. I'm going to try this for a while and see if I do it in the evening time and then post it and then see if I sleep better. Because I slept pretty good last night and still did too. And this weather is so miserable. I know that is what irritates her hips and stuff. And it's cold as shit, man. I have a fire going. And then I'm getting down to the wood because it's just the kind of weather outside where you just want to have a fire. And now I'm getting down in the wood where it's like, ugh. Well, my neighbor does have a shit ton. And she did say if I needed any wood. So if the power does go out, and I'll have wood. And then my house goes for auction tomorrow, don't forget. And they're desperately texting me, oh, I know, Kelly, is this Kelly? Can you please refer us to Kelly? All this stuff. And, I know this is a scary time. It's like, boy, you guys are really, really on this. Like, this is very strange. Very strange indeed. It just makes me think like that they rely on the what are those knee breakers kind of in the hierarchy, like I feel like these are the shakedown guys. They come in all nice. Oh, we're going to help you. But really, it's just a funnel system. It's just a laundry system. It's just to get money back to them because they know that this is, I don't know. There's just something about it. The whole thing is just shady. And I just feel like it's all to get something easier for them or something. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see how it goes. I'm just got to go at it just being like, well, whatever. And besides, I'm riding high because it is less than 2 weeks till I go to the doctor. And I'm so excited too. Because I'm really feeling hopeful that they'll do the surgery that day. I don't know if they will. But it's like a quick, easy thing. It's not like I'm asking for some big, elaborate thing. I'm asking for the most simple procedure. Just get these things out of me. And I got a referral response from the one in Seattle, the other one, because it wasn't the same one that I had sent it to. I mean, I called a different one, and I couldn't tell because it was like Seattle plastic surgeons or whatever, but this other one's reconstructive surgery. And so I got a referral letter thing back, and they said, no, they aren't seeing people like me. And I just wrap your head around that. Like, so 2 plastic surgeons I called. Well, most of them are just, you know, like, oh, no, you got to do this elaborate, expensive surgery. But we have a surgical suite, and we have a fancy name for it. It's like, no, thanks. And, but so 2 different ones. So one of them, so this one, a whole fucking practice, all they do is reconstructive surgery after cancer. That's it. That's it. Like, are you fucking kidding me? I mean, I feel kind of outraged. I feel like my whole body is on fire when I just think about it. It makes me literally fucking sick. Fuck, man. I am so mind-boggled that people trust these motherfucking doctors. Like, they obviously don't have a goddamn fucking lick of sense. So let's just cut all these women's boobs off because of cancer. Let's not do any other treatment. Listen, like, oh my god, damn it. So fucking, god, it's hard to really wrap your heads around. Like, all the doctors are really this archaic and ignorant. Like, seriously. I mean, I think there's some that it's like kicking in. And they're starting to figure out their environment, manipulate, like, it's just fuck, man. It's fucking weird. But then this other one, their whole practice is just trans people. That's it. They fuck. Nobody else, no. Goddamn. If you're not doing some of that business, God, fucking get the hell out. Oh, I'm just like, what in the hell with this fucking world? And it's the people, man. It's the people. It's all the people in it, you know, no matter how frustrating it is to watch or exist in and stuff, it's just the different lessons. It's these different people's lessons or different storylines. It's, you know, a whole bunch of stuff just playing out. You can't get too wrapped up in it, but it's just like, oh my God. Look at our society. Got plastic surgeons, they just spend all their time just doing trans people. They're so busy with that, they don't have time for anybody else. Other people are so busy with trying to fix cancer boobs, they don't have time to do anything else. They don't even take a little piece of plastic out, you know, that's probably fucking killing me. So, anyways, and also I want to say to Crystal, like, oh my gosh, that was, and it's so funny because she emailed me and she had sent me some pictures. She took some stills of me, like, to show that hair change, because the people on TikTok and stuff, it just goes, but it's slowed down some. But it can just kick off at any second. You just don't know. And then one person finds you and they will just like blow you up. They just have a million questions and stuff. And it's always the same questions. So you're kind of like on repeat. And, yeah, be nice, like, to just have a stage and everybody. But anyways, it's, you know, I think it's really helping people. And it's bringing people together. And one thing, too, I want to finish. Okay, let me finish this one thing. So Crystal had sent me a few pictures. So I was like, so funny, because I had been thinking about that, but it was just like it never went past the thinking stage to the action. And then so she did that. And so then I was like, okay, so I went in and I got a few more, and I made like a little video and showed it and posted it. And now, like, there's people who are like, you're aging backwards. It's like, that is what I've been saying, and I'm trying to share the good news. And then you have people argue with you and tell you a bunch of bullshit and stuff. It's like, no, there is a fountain of youth, and it's hidden from you because they want to keep you sick. And all it is basic fucking minerals. And I just saw this spiritual kid guy doing something, and he was saying we're all made up of minerals and stuff like that. I was like, see, that is why we need the fucking minerals. We're made up of minerals, and then we need to keep the system going. Like things are taking from us. We need to put them back in, but we're not putting the right stuff back in. And the people are willing to accept it. People are just willing to be fat and sick and oh my gosh, just divided. Like there's so much stuff being purged out, man. But anyways, I just thought that was so cool. I just feel like there's so many of you ladies on here that I have met, and some gentlemen too. But it's just so cool, and it's just so weird too, because it's like I like don't know anybody. I don't know what anybody is like or what their life is like or anything like that. And it's like we're all bonding. Well, for me, I am like bonding with people like on a soul level. And I just think it's really cool. So anyways, I really appreciated that, Crystal. And then it did have people saying like that they can see it when all the pictures were put together like that. And so yeah, that was very effective. And then you just never know too, like that video right there, it hits a place and it can start going. You just never know. Like I've had ones that I was not expecting at all, and then all of a sudden you just have them going. It's like, what is going so fast? And you go see it's the same video going, and it can be like a week old or something. Yeah, but TikTok right now, it seems like they've slowed my thing down. And it seems like YouTube and TikTok both do it. If something starts breaking through, it seems like kind of like TikTok does it on purpose because they're trying to manipulate you to go into the creator fund, I think. I think that they try and let a bunch of stuff go through to get you thinking, oh, because I had a bunch of people saying, oh, are you getting paid for this and stuff? And it's like, no, I didn't do that creator fund. I think it's a scam. And I think they do that to pull you in, but I see people talking about it and they put a whole bunch of control on your videos. They don't, like, they're very, so it's like, nah, I'm not going to try and do videos to please them. And there's a whole thing too, the whole TikTok creator fund thing too is getting even more wacky because all these products, so all these tons of products, these people are signing up, getting all these free products sent to them, and all they had to do is go on and do a commercial and talk about how great this product was. So they're getting all this shit for free, and then they're going on and telling us all, oh, you got to go buy this immediately. It's the best thing in the whole wide world. Like, okay, so would you pay that money for it? Because you got it for fucking free. And it just is like, I don't know, it was just like a not really caring about you kind of thing. You know, I mean, I'm sure some of the stuff is good. Like, I've gotten some stuff and I've thought it was good. But, not off of there. I mean, I've just bought some stuff and thought, like, this isn't totally crappy stuff. And, but so they're doing all this hard sale and getting all these people to do that. And they're getting all these products sent to them for free, signing up, just getting one after another of free shit. Well, they sent them 1099s on it. They have to pay taxes on all that shit that they took. So that is like this other side, because I think people are just consume, green, gimme. And then all I got to do is convince them to buy it, and I get more. And it's just like, people are just looking at life in this weird way. I don't know how to explain it. It's like I can talk about what I see, and you either see it or you don't see it. And yeah, it seems so obvious. Oh yeah, I heard this girl say this. I want to say this too, because there's oh my God, everybody's autistic. It's like, come on, you guys. They're just coming up with diagnoses. We're all just like in different states of consciousness, different states of awareness. Like, but anyways, so everybody's autistic, but she, and everybody's talking about their autism stuff. But this girl was saying, you know, a weird thing about autism is like when you're doing stuff and then you just feel like people are watching you, even if they're not watching you. Like, you know, you're alone, but you just know there's people watching you. And I just stopped watching at that point. I was like, there are people watching you. You're being watched all the time. You are on a stage. You are being watched all the time, every second. Like, and because you have an awareness of that, that would mean you are more tuned into spiritual, but you're fighting that and focusing on 3D. So you see what I mean? So it's a switch in awareness. Like, if she understood, like, yeah, you have an awareness that there are people watching you. Yes, there are. You are surrounded. You are watched all the time. You're on a stage. Your soul, like, and it's not something that you, like, I don't know how everybody acts like they're just forced to be here and stuff like that. And no, you come here willingly. And, you know, it's the whole thing. I mean, just think about, like, if everything, you're just living all perfect, and no problems, you're just living in bliss. And plus, it's at different stages. Like, at some places, you don't feel things like on the same kind of thing as like coming here and feeling and tasting and smelling and all that stuff. So there's sensory things to come into this low vibration. There's opportunities to experience love and being a mom and being a friend. Like, there's so many opportunities that you get to come here and experience. And you grow from it and you change. And yeah, this stuff is hard, but that is where you got to see, you got to change your attitude about it and start getting it into your rational thinking about what this place really is. And you know, if you have awareness of, like, you got to stop telling yourself that something's wrong with you, that you're broken or any of that stuff. Like, you have different stages of awareness of, like, where you come from or where you're attached to or whatever, but you fight against it or something. I don't know. And another thing too, I want to say is, this is where you see, like, I don't know, like the meanness coming out and people, and it's so funny. Yes, I just said that. Oh my gosh, I just said that, like, what was that, yesterday or the day before? And I said, I'm really noticing how people keep blaming somebody else. Like, something's going on, but they keep blaming somebody else. And so there's a lot of that today, a lot of that, and on several different things, different accounts and stuff. But, like, there's a lot of people who are going and making videos, making fun of that little girl singing, like, making fun and laughing and stuff like that, and then blaming it on her parents for putting her through that. Putting her through you? Like, so because her parents allowed her to go out and do her thing, that means that she should be humiliated, they should be judged, and we have every right to laugh and make fun and do groups and, you know, tell her now, you know, her life is destroyed because, you know, she's not a great singer, but she was loving it as much as she could. And it's like, maybe her parents wanted her to be, you know, be willing to try to go out and do stuff, to not hold yourself back, sing from your heart. Like, what has got us so twisted? Like, why can't you just hear that girl, like, in her emotion and her just, I don't know, man. But anyways, all these people, like, some people are being called out for, like, fuck, dude, that's kind of bullying a little kid, don't you think? And then they're just making excuses. Well, it's the parents' fault. I blame the parents. Parents shouldn't do that. So, yeah, I guess, like, if your kid's not a good singer and they want to go out and sing, just tell them, no, you suck, kid. No, sorry, you suck. The rest of the world's going to tell you suck, so I'm going to tell you now, you suck. It's like, I don't understand. Like, this is the stuff I'm telling you, that this is being purged out. This is like this nasty side of people that comes out, but then they want to blame. Well, I have an excuse. It's okay. I can do whatever I want. You know, I mean, well, you know, they gave me the chance. So it's like, well, you got to start seeing, like, just because the door opens, does that mean you just go through it? You know, you got to call out your own morals. You got to look at your own self. You don't just do something just because you can. And, you know, especially when it comes to a kid, man. Like, we got so much fucking bad shit going on nonstop with the fucking kids right now. I told you. I was like, it's like this it's like the innocence is like the martyr of innocence. It's the representation of innocence is the slaughter. And is how far will you let it go? How much can you witness? That's why some of this stuff is like so biblical, because it's so much about your morals, about, you know, where do you stop? Where do you say enough is enough? Where do you say no? You know, that is where we all have, and that is what, you know, makes up who you are. Who you are is, you know, how you look at things and what you accept and what you don't accept. And it's so wild too, is how important it is for, it's like just the wave, just the ripple of somebody setting boundaries is something that just waves out into such a positive thing. Like, you can start with one person setting boundaries, and it is a ripple effect that goes out, and that is like the healing, is that everybody to be able to set boundaries, to know how they feel, to stop playing games, to stop you know, being manipulative or trying to get people to do something for them by, there's just so much game playing where people are not honest or authentic. I think people are so lost at this point that people don't really even know who they are. They're kind of like lost. Like, authenticity, what is that? Like, what do you mean? How do you be real? Like, people are so used to hiding who they are, trying to pretend, trying to get along, trying to be a part of the crowd, you know, that they don't know how to just be themselves. So that is another thing too that is going to be so significant in this experience, this evolution that is occurring, this period of time, that everything flipping the other way is the, you know, going into the light, where we begin to see, and you can still see the people fighting, not wanting to see themselves. But, you know, there's more and more stuff going and going. Like, I mean, whatever's gonna go, it's like, it's about to all fall apart or something. And you know, there's a lot of people who keep trying to build up about the eclipse. And I see these other people saying there is nothing that is going to be that you need to worry about the eclipse. I think that people get kind of too hung up on certain, like, pivotal dates or something. The date will have the meaning once the event occurs. Like, we don't know when it's going to occur. I mean, all the events are a part of the occurrence. Like, we're already in the play. We're already in it. So everything has to do with everything else. So all the things are a part of it, but it isn't that it isn't like that we would, just because the eclipse happens right then doesn't, I mean, the eclipse will cause something, some different things will happen. You know, all this stuff goes together. But that doesn't mean that that's going to be the thing that sets everything off, but that everything is going to be set off is coming at some point. So the getting hung up on dates, and then dates go by and then people see, oh, see, nothing's going to happen. It's like, why are you getting caught up on the date? Just because it didn't happen that day, now you think nothing's going to happen? Why can't you see the bigger picture? Why can't you look out and see and understand the cycles, and see that this is the ending of something and the beginning of something else, that this is a shift in humanity. This is a time of growth. Just being able to look in the micro, macro, being able to look at the people around you and see the changes that people are having, and all the changes that are happening in our world, and the awareness that people are beginning to have of the things in our environment and stuff that are not good for us. So all of that stuff is all of the awakening. And so it all, you know, we're in the movement of it. So I don't see how people can all of a sudden, oh, well, that date happened, so nothing's happening. It's like, I mean, this is in movement. You can't think nothing's happening just because you passed one detour sign. Like, no, this is going to keep going. And it's going to keep going. Like, the landscape is going to change significantly. You know, we're going to go through some, we'll keep going through crazy events and crazy storms and stuff. And I think there's more activity on the earthquakes. Weather Daddy's always putting up different stuff. There's a big snowstorm hitting the Sierras. It's supposed to be like 10 feet or something. And I don't know where these one people are, but they're always doing their videos. And it is so snowy where they are. And I think they're in the mountains in California. They could be in Colorado somewhere, but they're up in the mountains more, I think. But it's up in their second story of the snow. And so anyways, but the Sierras is getting like 10 feet or something. And there's been a bunch of like these little earthquakes. It seems like there was something by Yellowstone too. So all this stuff is happening. These volcanoes, it was even snow in Saudi Arabia. There was some woman, I don't know if I even had said about this before. This is freaky. And this isn't the first person I've seen this, but now that to keep seeing these different, like, to know what's going on underneath us, like, if all of a sudden a hole popped up in my front yard and flames started shooting up and smoke kept coming up and then it would do it in bursts, I would be concerned. I would think a volcano's about to blow my yard or a sinkhole's about to go. Something's happening. Like, I wouldn't just take that as like no big deal. A lot of people were saying, could it be a gas leak in your neighborhood? That'd be another concern, you know. And then whatever's still going on with the Texas thing, that's really bad. There's so many, there's just so much stuff going on. And you just don't never know, like, when it's going to come in. Like, I'm always surprised. Like, I will go check because the weather will be so shitty, and I'll go check, and it's always like, we're under another weather storm. We're under another weather storm. And today it was kind of weird looking, too, because I took Stella out for a walk because it stopped raining for a while. And on the mountain behind the house across the street, it was snow going, like, down part way. I don't think I've ever seen it like that. I don't know. It looked weird. I kept thinking, man, that looks weird. Like, why wouldn't it just, I don't know. It was weird. So, everything just was so strange. And I keep seeing these videos, these crazy wrecks. It's like I said, there's going to be, I said that, I don't know, quite a while ago. I said there's going to be so many crazy wrecks. There'll be crazy wrecks. There'll be crazy wrecks where it's just one car. Because it's going to be quick, fast people taken out. People leaving the game. Just like boom, out, boom, out, boom, out. And I don't know. I swear to God, souls like to go out with a big shebang. Like, they want it to be big. Like, let's have our car flip over across the street, upside down. A girl. It's like the craziest stuff. Like, so I don't know. It's a lot of show. It's a lot of bedazzle. That's what it seems like. These souls are bedazzling their exit. So anyways, just keep that in mind when you see all this horrific stuff. It's like, just remember, they didn't really experience it. It's just like their way of like really making their exit, making a big show of it. But it's sad because the family members, especially if they don't really understand spiritual, which not very many people do. But if that they don't understand, you know, that their person, they don't understand the whole thing. So they take it real different. They take it real hard. But, you know, that form of existence, that state of mind, that place where you're at has significance because that is a stepping stone to your growth. So it still is important to go through those lessons because you learn so much in loss and pain and stuff like that. So it's not like, well, they should be able to be more spiritual and not go through that. No, they're supposed to go through that. They're supposed to go through that. That's more important than for them to understand how, you know, life is a game and it's just players leaving in a fancy way. And the more you remember, the more that you can just talk to them and stuff. Somebody had said something, I don't remember if it was on here, if it was on TikTok or whatever, and said something about, yeah, well, why would people stay around after they die? Why would you have ancestors and stuff stick around instead of going and just getting rebirthed and everything? And it's like, okay, so for one thing, it isn't that they're just sticking around. It is when they leave their lives and they go and they see it. Like, you go and you look at your life and you watch how it affects other things. And so oftentimes people will have an effect. They will have done something in their life. Then when they see it, they see the error of their ways, and then they want to change it. So then they go in and they will hang out around, and they will keep trying to whisper in your ear. Like, they'll try and set things in a different direction from the other side. So it's not like they're not doing anything. It's like they're working on their putting things right that they didn't feel that they left right. So they're doing something. You got to also remember, time does not exist. So, you know, this is like a snap from the time they were here to you're here or something, you know. It's like there's like more of a connection. You know, we think of things too separated. And so they don't leave you, and just because you don't know them, and like you don't know your great grandfather, you have no recall of having a relationship with him or something, but you have a connection on the soul level. So there's a connection. So it's like when your team's still going, you wouldn't fucking leave your team. Well, bye, I'm going. You would still be a part of your team. Like, you can call in your ancestors. You can call in your people. They are always there. They have a connection to you. It is it's a connection. It's like you're connected. Like, you think of them, they're there. And so it isn't like you're holding them back. They are there because they want to participate. Like, and we have other connections, like on some of them we're so much more deeper connected, you know. Like my grandpa, like I see him as being this you know, like a parental figure in other lives and stuff. Like, we have connections with these people. They aren't just, you know, like, oh, some guy that, you know, great grandpa down there, and he died, and then he's just hanging out to haunt me or something. No. And it is like there is a spiritual connection. There is this, like, this, like, all I get is like everything is connected. You're just a piece of the connection. You're not separate from the connection. You're a piece of the connection. Once you can feel that you are a part of something, that you're a part of the whole thing, you know, and the lessons are all going through, and they're going through you, and you're passing them on, and you have people around you that to give you guidance. If you go and you sit in reflection and you sit in time of connection and communication, they will communicate and give you guidance and not tell you what to do. You always get to do whatever you're going to do. That is where you have to find more and more of your own connection to figure out, to follow your intuition. But your intuition, the thing is like, there is no wrong or right. It's not like you do the good thing or the bad thing, or the right way or the wrong way. It is all just to receive the consequence, kind of. It's all to whatever you do, there's this other side to it. And so it's like to get the other side, because that is the part where you like learn or something. You like grow and learn, And so that is, did you eat that whole thing? Somebody said, like, if it gets too small, it's dangerous. I already took one away. She's already gone through 2. Some of these people are saying they last like a month or something. They last a long time. Not for Stella. Not for Miss Thunderbutt. She's always wanting another treat. I keep telling her, that is why your hips hurt. Oh, Miss Thunderbutt. So, anyways, now she's scrounging around looking if there's some more pieces. There's pieces everywhere. It's like a beaver was in here. So shredded. So I'll have to vacuum again. Oh, I mean, I have to vacuum, whatever. And gosh, she's so funny. And I feel like my hair is just getting so much more, like it's blending so much more in. And then also on the hair thing, oh my gosh, it was so saturated. Still, I'm trying to do this work. Can you just wait a little? Just wait a little. Go eat your supper. My hair, I told you it was like saturating. I had to put some powder stuff in it before I did this. It's just like, and but thought, okay, I'm just gonna give it the rest of this day and just keep brushing it, really trying to get all this stuff all the way through my hair. And then I'm gonna wash it tomorrow. And somebody gave me a new thing to wash it with. And so I was going to share about that because it's rice water. And it's so funny because when my daughter was here, she was doing something with the rice water. And I thought she was doing some, I don't know. She was always doing natural stuff. So there was a couple of my daughters that were always doing natural stuff. So that already was like seeds planted to me. Like she planted a lot of seeds. But I remember her saying like she didn't really like the rice water thing or something. She didn't like the smell. But anyways, I had a girl in my comments telling me about her hair, and she said that she uses this rice water. So she said she just puts the rice and then she puts water over it. I think she put like 2 cups of rice and then she fills it with water and then just leave it set for a couple hours or something. And then you wash your hair. You just put that on your hair and you leave it for a half hour and then you rinse it and that's it. So I'm gonna try that tomorrow and see what happens. And she said it's so good, it's so great. So I don't know, I'm gonna try it and see. And because that'd be great. You just gotta keep trying different things because there's so many people who love the apple cider vinegar and I don't like it at all on my hair. Makes my hair, and it could be a mix with my water too. And I do have that filter, but I would have to get the better filter, the $100 filter. But right now, I don't want to do any of that kind of stuff because I want to make sure that next week is not the week, it's the week after. So it's a week less than 2 weeks. Less than 2 weeks till my appointment. And I want to make sure that I have money. Because if they say, hey, we'll do it right now for this much, I want to have that much. Hopefully they're not greedy assholes. So, I just hope that's the way it goes down. That'd be so fucking great. And they're so uncommon. Man, I don't want to just bitch about them, but Jesus Christ. I'll just be so glad when that is the past, when it's not part of my life anymore. And plus it's letting go of this other side of me. And then when you really break it down, it's like this insecure, and it's just not me. It's just not me to be like, and it like, it has a whole bunch of things because it makes me think about the doctor and why he put them like bigger than I wanted. And I don't know, just the whole thing. And then even when I had gone back and I wanted it was going to be almost twice the price to take them out. It's like, man, I just want them to be, I just want everything to go good and get them out, whatever. I wish it was next week. So, but it's coming in so fast. So I'm just so excited. But the thing that was weird too, like on the timing thing, because if I would have got that letter, and it was weird because I was just sitting there. I think it was over the weekend. And I was just sitting there and I was thinking, oh, I forgot about Yakima. They would have surgeons. So I just like Googled Yakima plastic surgeons. And then some stuff popped up. And so I just left the folder open. And then I went in when it was Monday, when I go call, I opened it back up and clicked on one, you know, and all these doctors popped up, but they weren't all in Yakima. And so then I was like, okay, well, that's weird. Stella, let me finish what I'm doing, please. And so that I thought that was weird. Stella, let me finish what I'm doing. And so I was going down, you know, I'm trying to like guess, like, do these guys seem like they're more open-minded or rigid old greedy guys? Oh my God, will you stop? And see what she does. She knows what she's doing. Still, please. Okay. Just gonna have to do it. Come on. I always like to do like stretches when I go. I always like, I got back from all the time, for all the way back from when I was ballerina for however long that was, when I was a little kid. I still remember all these different stretches and stuff, so I still like to do those. Anyways, so the, see now, she put me off on what I was thinking about. Okay. Gosh, she's so bossy. She's always so bossy. She'll just harass me until she gets her way. She's bossy. She's a little princess. Was I still talking about my boobs? Was I still bitching about that? I don't remember. Oh my God. Am I just being really bitchy? I don't know. I just can't. I feel excited. I don't feel bitchy. I feel super excited. I feel like it's just so close. So close. But I swear to God, I was talking about something else. I don't know. Let's see. Today's leap year. There's a lot of people talking about a lot of stuff about that. That Risa Tisa, like she's having a lot of good stuff happen for her, and that is making people really irritated. So all these people who were so supportive of her, then when stuff started going really good for her, then all of a sudden they start turning on her. Man, it's just, I don't know. That is a side that those has to come out of people. You know, that is a side that they have to see for themselves. And then they don't even see yet, because some of them start becoming vindictive and hateful. And then whatever it's going to be, the table's turning. And I don't know if it's going to be that they're going to have to experience what they're putting out. Because I was kind of like, man, is that what I'm seeing? Because it kind of, where some of the things I was seeing, I was like, is that the way it'll play out? Like, people doing really, you know, like making fun of somebody, and then it's going to be people making fun of them. Like, I don't know. But whatever it's going to be, people are going to be forced to see themselves. Like, you're going to have a good hard look at yourself. But just keep remembering, no matter how hard it is, that it's for your benefit. It isn't for you to be embarrassed or whatever. That's where you got to start looking at stuff on such a much bigger soul level, because then things make so much more sense. And that is what we're in the time of. We're in this time of this soul transition, this time where you start really recognizing like your soul journey and what you're doing and why you're here and what did you come here for. You know, what are you good at? What are you bringing? Because, you know, you've got skills from past lives and stuff too. It's a part of your makeup. It's a part of your DNA. You don't leave who you are behind. It becomes a part of you. You become an imprint of all of the things you've done, all your successes, all your lives, all your pains, all your traumas, all your choices. Oh, and that is what Oh yeah, because it's about consequences. Because that is what everything is about in life. Is like we're always getting all hung up on like making a choice. Like, you know what? Well, if I make this one, this could happen. This could happen. If I make this, but the thing is, no matter which one you make, this is going to be the same things are going to play out because those will be the lessons. But you're always going to make the one you were going to make. So even though you're going back and forth, and so confused, you always end up choosing that one. So choosing the one you're going to choose. And so it's like learning how to reduce the process, learning how to reduce all of the overworking to get to where you're going, overthinking it, in the end to realize like the lessons that come. It's not like you would have got better ones over there. Damn it, I should have taken that job, but now I got stuck with these ones. No, you're always going to get the same lessons. You're always going to get the same kind of interactions and stuff. But to get into the like groove of the understanding that you are there learning. So you're learning from the lesson. That's what it's for, is so that you can go in and learn. So you're not supposed to be like pushing them away or something. It's I don't know. It just is because I don't know. I don't. It seems like, what do people want from life? Like they think like there's a God in the sky, and he just made a bunch of little creatures so that he could just watch them and judge them. And then, but if they pray to him enough, he'll make sure that everything goes good for them. And if they don't pray hard enough, or they say the wrong thing or do the wrong thing, then that might be the devil, and then they're going to burn in hell forever. It's like, it's so weird. But when you're here, really, you're here as a soul, as an independent being, as an experience, but an independent being, but you're also a part of something. So you are independent, but you're also a part of something bigger. But you have, like my own train of thought is my own train of thought. It's not somebody else's. My own perspective is my own perspective. My own opinions are my own opinions. My own opinions are based on what I've learned and what I've experienced. That has taught me to have my opinions. That is my perspective over what I've experienced. That's my library of information. That is my chemical makeup. That is my DNA imprint. It's like the all of you. And so there is more of you that you can connect to. There's more of you. But I think it's kind of like, it depends on how caught up you are in this world, like how much, it all depends on like what you focus on. If you're focused on always pleasing other people, well, then you're missing out on other things. If you're focused all the time on other people's drama, if you're focused all the time on trauma, if you're focused all the time on, it just depends on what you're focused on, where your attention is drawn. But you can remember always that you can refocus your attention. And it's so funny too, is because the first time I think I heard this, it was so foreign to me. I was like, and this was right at my time of my dark night. And so I was still very much dealing with the after effects of my brain injury too. And and I was in the depression. I was so depressed in the dark night thing. It's hard. I'm not gonna fuck around like tell anybody it's not. Like, I never lied about childbirth, and I'm sure not gonna lie about the dark night, the facing yourself of how hard it is. And so when I was that I had gone on antidepressants, and everything was just hitting me. And so I I must have had to go to an appointment. I don't know. I probably wanted more drugs at the time. I was just like, give me some more drugs. Made me feel better. I don't know. And then, so I went and saw a different doctor. My person was busy or out of town or something. I don't remember. It was just weird because it seems like my mom was there. I don't know. I don't know. Oh, I probably needed a ride too. And it was a horrible winter. Snow was so deep, so I probably need a ride. But I don't know. She was in there in the office with me because I remember she was sitting there. It was this old doctor guy. And it seemed like she knew what he was saying, but I don't know. Sometimes do you ever think, like, did that ever even really happen? But I know I was talking to this guy. But I don't know. Maybe she wasn't there. Maybe I'm just putting her there. Maybe she's putting herself there. I don't know. But I know he was there. And he told me that when you're thinking about something, just change the channel. Just change the channel. If something's bothering you, just change the channel. And I was like, what? What are you talking about? How am I supposed to just change the channel? I'm thinking about something and I'm supposed to just stop thinking about it. Well, how? You know, it was like, I couldn't understand at all. But I was, spinning out on depression, and I was fucked up on drugs and stuff because I was still on all the medications. This was just when I was beginning my detox. I still, even after my brain injury, I still drank. I still tried to carry on like life was just like what it was before for a while. And anyways, but wait a second, I get to like a bunch of rush of things coming to my head. But anyways, so, oh yeah, okay, so when he had said that, though, about just change the channel, I couldn't understand what all he was talking about. But then as I've gone through my healing and I have gone more deeper and stuff like that, then I have been able to understand and see, like, you can change your view, you can change your perspective, you can change how you look at things. You can change the channel. You don't have to focus on things just because they're in your head, but you have to just, it's like shift gears. It's like, look at something else. Like you're real focused over here on that. And that's just pulling your focus. But what is something else you could think about? Like, especially if you're super depressed and you're just like, oh my God, just really on everything. But what else? What is something else you could think about? Well, you could think about, a fun thing that happened one time, and, or a fun trip, or a plan a fun trip or something. So you get a new thought, and then you shift gears and you go focus on that thought. You start focusing on that thought. And you start thinking about that and let go of that other one. That is this changing channels, like turning, flipping the record. Like there's different people who say it in different ways. But it is like where you're focused, like you can't, like, your brain is just going and going and going on this thing, and it's and your emotions and everything. Remember how your emotions starts being all going crazy. That's why we're learning at this time how to control our emotions and stuff, because it all starts feeding off of itself. And so you got to, dial it back in. You got to calm yourself. You can use breathing and stuff like that, but you can get yourself just all so worked up. So while you're focused and you're all worked up, you can use different techniques, like depending on how worked up you get, you can like calm yourself down and stuff, but then start figuring out, and maybe it's really hard for you to shift gears, to start thinking about something else. I mean, your head feels so full, you can't create another thought. You can try writing things, or start writing things. You can start trying to draw pictures. You try other like sensory breakaways, like other ways to break free, to break your mind out of that it's like a skip or something. It's like you can't, and then it starts feeding your emotions and you get so charged up. But you are the one who has to be in charge of that process. You got to figure out how to get control of that. And so you just got to start coming at it in different ways. But once you can get yourself thinking over here about something else, and then plus start thinking about things that make you more happy, and you got to let go of some of the stuff. You got to let go of some of the stuff that makes you, well, you got to go through your process. You can't just ignore it. You can't just distract yourself. But you have to give it its time, but you also have to be able to move out. You have to be able to learn to control your thoughts. You know, you got to give it its time and process and go through your trigger, let it, peter itself out. But if there is a time when you are just, I don't know, becoming obsessive, compulsive on your, just keep going over and over. And I've done this before. I think everybody's done this. You just keep obsessing, like you can change it. Like there's something you could do at this point to change it. Like you can't change it. It's already happened. All you can do is try and come to terms to figure out, like, to let it go. And you got to remember that all these things are there to teach you. You just got to look for your lessons. You got to look for what it is that you're looking for, what it is you're there to learn. And that's the thing that is so weird to me, is like, how is this other story with this God up in the sky make sense when this other one makes so much sense? Like, you're here to learn and grow, and you're not making mistakes, you're not doing anything wrong, there's nobody judging you. You are the one who's judging you and your strange beliefs that you attach to. And then you have to look at, why am I attached to these different beliefs? Why do I believe this? Why do I believe that? And so much of it is about control here, but I think, fucking hell, so much of it is about the group. It's like, well, you got to claim Jesus. You got to say you're a Christian. Otherwise, they'll run you out of America. And it's just so wild, too, how you can see these people just do something so hateful, but then pull out Isaiah 16:23 says, it's like, oh my gosh. And I was just watching this old movie. It was true. I've been on this Lifetime old movie true story kick lately. And this one was, I don't remember what the crime was. Oh, yeah, it was. It was, fuck. Oh, it was Jacqueline Smith, too. So it's knockout, beautiful lady, right? But she was evil. Fucking evil. And this is a totally like what I had said before about that soul template. That a lot of people get in this beautiful package, and then they see what they can do. They can screw people over. And so that is, your soul gets to decide that. See, that is where every soul is making a moral choice. But see, you're always going to make the choice you make, because you're playing that template. You're playing out that role. So she was this beautiful, beautiful lady who would marry these men. And then she had a spending problem, I guess. She would just spend, and she was, I guess, I don't even know what she was spending it on. I have no idea. She was... she would have affairs and stuff like that, but she would just kill her husbands, and then she would just move on. And then she ended up going, she got caught after the second one, or the family members, they all started getting together and talking, and this is a true story too. And so then she got busted and went to court. But the thing that was getting me is how, and they do this all the motherfucking time, but, oh, it's a good Christian person. This is a church-going, good Christian lady. She teaches at Sunday school. Like, that fucking, so many people have used that as a mask. Bad people can just fucking go to church. Well, I go to church. I think there are so many fucking bad, evil fucking people out there who go sit in those fucking pews just so people don't think that they're fucking evil. Like, that is just the phenomena of labels. Like, how people just, I don't know, it's mind-boggling. I don't understand it at all. Because you hear it still. Or still fucking, well, he's a Christian. Okay. Well, that automatically, he must be a good guy. Okay. It's like, that is wacky. It was wacky. Somebody's a good person if they're a good person. And if you're not a good person, then what makes a good person? I mean, seriously. I mean, there's people calling out the people who are making fun of this little girl. It's like, that's not a good person. When they were saying that, I was like, what is a good person? Because a lot of these people think they're good people. And like I said, they're just, they're not doing anything wrong. Everybody's laughing. Like, they're just joining in with the crowd. Okay? You see all this, you see the energy, like, that's being purged out. You see what's coming to the surface. You see the attitude. You see this, I don't know how to explain it, but I think everybody can see it. Like, and it's just, I don't know. It just is, I don't know, there's just a lot of nastiness, dark energy. I think I've said so many times, there's just so much that nasty, dark energy just in people. And I think, it's probably, a lot of it was like a survival. Like, you had to have a little bit of that nastiness to be able to make it in this world or something. And so many people are just so scared of this world. And it makes me wonder sometimes, like, are some of these souls like new souls or something? Like, are they just this cut off from themselves? It's like so confusing. But it's not my business, really. It's not my business. So, like, all I can do is just, talk about what I know. And there's so many people who think, like, the stuff I know, like, well, that's not true. I mean, I still, the hair thing to me, even. And to me, I don't care how many people say your hair's dead. I don't think so. I don't go with that thought that your hair's dead. Whatever science that they want to come up with and say, to me, your hair is growing. Yeah, I don't know. I think your hair is alive. I think it's a sensory. I think it's a sensory extension of it's your antenna. Your antenna is alive. It's feeling your environment. So I don't know why. And my hair is not dead. I don't know if all these people are just killing their hair. But anyways, it doesn't matter how many people come in and say, well, science says that your hair is dead. Well, there's a lot of shit science says that I don't listen to. A lot of shit. Most of it. I think they're either liars or they're stupid. And this is the separation between science and nature. And then besides the fact, none of this is real. None of this is real. But everything is alive and connected, and that is real. Like, so I don't know. Like, we're not flesh and blood. Like, we don't really have a heart in there beating. We really have a soul in there that is just radiating, and our energy, and the way that they told us that everything goes, there's a system that keeps going, and it runs on minerals and vitamins and shit. Not off fucking Twinkies, I'll tell you that. And it's so crazy too, because so many people, they spend all of their time chasing this hunger, eating junk, not eating anything nutritional. And even when you try and eat nutritional, they've taken the nutrition out. And the motherfucking amount of bitch ass videos of people complaining about their food that they've got out. Man, this is like this way. This is so, oh God. It's like, oh my God, how many more? Do you guys ever watch them? Like, what? How many more of these do we got to see? Oh my gosh, this is, oh, I got this much food. A Panera. Panera's a big one. Everybody's bitching about Panera. It's like, you guys, maybe before you go to Panera, go look up the videos about Panera. Like, everybody's bitching about Panera. Everybody's bitching about all these places. And they're giving shitty food. They're giving a small amount of food. They're charging a ton of money, and people are like, this is ridiculous. This much food for $50. Well, this is what is supposed to be leaning you towards. The ridiculousness is supposed to be pushing you towards, like, taking better care of yourself. Stop going to this shit and getting their shit ass food for jacked up prices, and start taking better care of yourself and eating more nutritional, condensed nutrition. And then you don't need to eat a whole bunch of different times and a whole bunch of different junk. You have the nutrition. Your body isn't in this constant craving. It feels satisfied. And so much of that can be in the teas. And another thing too, with all these teas and stuff, there's so many more effects with all these different herbs and stuff. There's so many more effects. It can affect like antimicrobial, antibacterial, antiparasitic, hormone balance. Just there's like a ton of different stuff. It can affect your mood. It can affect swelling. It can affect cleaning your lungs, like the mullein. Burdock root that one does a whole bunch of stuff. But there's so many of these different ones. Even that little pea flower thing, that is really good for your mood. So, what is that? Ashwagandha. I have a few different ones in there. They're supposed to be good for your mood. I think even chaga and matcha are supposed to have some different stuff that's supposed to be good for your mood. So all those different things, and then it has so much more in that spirulina too. Is I think that is like the same kind of stuff with the algae and all that kind of stuff. It's really condensed too. It looks like something out of algae or something. But there's different ones of those kinds of things. There's all these different ones. But then you go and take those, and it has all of these minerals and nutrition. And I don't know. It gives stuff that you need. And but people go and spend all the money on junk that's not giving them anything. And then they're all aging and stuff. And then plus these videos of like... the videos of the people who are aging, I don't want to say aging gracefully, because it's something different than that. It's this aging, like this power, aging power, like empower yourself, go gray, and stuff like that. And it just is so weird to see all that, especially when you start realizing like all the mineral deficiencies going on, and all these people are really lacking nutrition. And even when people say, well, you know, I don't think I have any copper shortage, but I've got some gray hair and stuff. Well, the gray hair apparently is a copper deficiency. So I don't know. I would think anybody who has gray hair has a copper deficiency. So, and especially after what I've gone through, with what I've witnessed on my own head, which that's another thing too, is girls come in and tell me, it's impossible. Your hair can't change colors like that. Like, you're sitting there having it happen right on your own damn head, and they'll tell you it's not possible. It's like, I'll go with what I'm experiencing. Thank you. I don't give a shit what limitation you think is possible or not possible. And but the color of the hair comes back in, and that's another thing too. Even in those older videos and stuff, all of this hair was, like I said, that's where I started noticing where it was filling in like the richness, like there was this density that was coming into the color of my hair. And that's one thing I could see totally in those older videos. I was like, oh my gosh, it's my hair. My whole hair just looks darker. And it was like it was draining the color out. I'm sure in no time my whole head would have probably been white, just like what was happening to everybody else. It was just draining the color out. And I don't know how to get people to understand when it's draining the color out and it's pulling nutrition from other parts of your body. That's not good. Like, it's pulling out nutrition from your hair, which, you know, to some people it's just dead product. Well, then how is it pulling the nutrition? Why? Why would it pull the nutrition? If it's dead, how would it pull nutrition? So why would it do anything to the color? And it obviously is doing something to the color. And then how would the color come back in? So, gosh. I'm just going to be walking by with their dog, I think. Yes, she goes so crazy. But see, that's the thing, is like, that's the kind of stuff that makes her so happy. Like, that's why even if she comes in here and she whines and bitches and keeps me up all night, I just can't imagine being like, well, you've kept me up for the last time. That's it. You're going to sleep. You're going to the long-term sleeping. Like I know that she's miserable on some things, but I still feel like, man, there's lots of old people with arthritis. And I wouldn't say, well, your time's up. You're bitching too much about it hurting. So I bitch about when things hurt. So, and I'm sure there's a reason why all my daughters have anxiety. I must pass it on. It must be me. It comes from me. Which it probably comes from way back. I don't know. It probably comes from her freaking environment. That's what it probably comes from. So, anyways, let me think. So the color. It's really scratchy. Hold on. So the color, if it drains out, why would it pull, or how could it pull anything from here? Like, what would make the color go out and then come back in when you start taking minerals? And how could it do it from something that was dead? So when the color goes back in, that would be like you have got more minerals and nutrients and stuff, which still, I mean, I think mine is doing pretty good because it's, I mean, it's going away steadily. But I'm sure, you know, I mean, it's still, I swear to God, I think it's only been like 2 months. Like, I would have to go back and see, or maybe one of you guys would remember, like, when it was that I had said, because I remember when I had started it, and then I had seen something about it would turn your hair. And so I was just like joking, because I thought like it would take a year or something. I thought, oh, it probably like real slow or something. I was shocked. And but I remember saying something on here and saying that I'd started it, so I'll monitor and see how long, I mean, just monitor and see what happens with my hair. And then I swear to God, it was like 4 or 5 days later, and I came and I said, oh my God, my hair's changing colors. Because I started noticing, like, just when I would be standing there in the mirror, it was just getting darker and darker when I push it back, because this all used to be just white. All white, 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 white. All white, 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 white. So, and now I think that there was a lot of white throughout. That it was, you know, I don't know, because it sure has gotten darker or richer or something. I wouldn't say it's like gotten darker. Like, I mean, it's gotten darker because it's filled back in with color, but not like darker than what it was before ever. You know, it's not like my hair grew darker or something. It's just like going back to its like original color, which is so trippy. And I just think you just got to go through the experience to really get it, to understand, and to be able to see. Because, I don't know, it's weird when I have people argue with me. And like, even that one girl, that's impossible. The gray hair grows in gray, and then if you're having brown hair grow, the gray hair has to fall out. Like, what the fuck are you talking about? I'm sitting here watching the hair. I'm watching it turn. Like, it's turning, right? It's why I'm documenting. It's why I'm doing it, so everybody could see. So there would never be like, oh, you just made that up. No, like, we're all watching. Not like I'm going in every night and put a little bit of color on. Plus, I mean, that stuff could be checked. I think it's clear, it's obvious that it's doing it itself. And I think that that just shows, like, and that there's a lot of people, like, aging isn't real. As soon as you start doing this shit, aging goes away. Hold on. Yes, ma'am. So, okay, Miss Bossy, you can go eat your food. So, anyways, that is, to me, I is really significant. And then all the other stuff too, because all of the things start changing in your skin, in your joints, everything starts changing. All the things that they told us that was aging, all these different people in my comments, because there's a bunch in on the TikTok thing, and a whole bunch of people are taking these different minerals and stuff. There's a whole bunch of people who are going to start doing the copper now, but there's ones that were having different signs of aging that were going away. There was one guy who was talking to me about his beard, and he was taking all this other stuff, and he said his beard is changing, but it's changing slow. And so I said, well, you're drinking out of the copper? And he's taking a copper supplement or something. Some people take a copper pill, which I don't know about that. And he said, do you think I should try the water, drinking out of the water? I said, well, that's what I would do. I would try it and just see if it goes faster or whatever. Because that's the thing, is we're the test product. Like, we have to try these things ourselves. We have to see, like, oh, well, if I try this. And I had started doing the zinc. And then I had too many people say the zinc interferes with the copper or something. And then some people say it's good. And some people say you gotta have vitamin K too. Like, it got so many people saying so many things. And so, you just go out and learn all these different things. And then you just keep adding stuff in and see what works for you and what doesn't work for you. And, because we all have our own formula. We all have a different makeup, a chemical makeup. And we all have things that'll work for us. And so it shouldn't just be like, oh, well, that worked for her, so if it doesn't work for me, then it won't work at all. You have to be able to try different things and figure out, like, well, this is working for this person, this is working for this person, this is working. It seems real common, though. That but I also, another thing too is the Celtic salt. Like, I wasn't putting that together. And a bunch of people are saying the Celtic salt too. So the Celtic salt it has a bunch of minerals in it. The Celtic salt, magnesium, which I have been, now that so many people are saying about the magnesium spray, I've been spraying it on the bottom of my feet. And then I also take the magnesium pill. But supposedly the spray absorbs into your skin better or something. So the magnesium and the vitamin D and the boron, which we started that a couple years ago or whatever. I don't remember time. So the boron I was already taking. And then all these teas, because I do so much of the detoxing and stuff. So I just think anybody who is doing it, and if things are not moving, just keep trying different things. Like, maybe you need to do more detoxing. Maybe you need to add in vitamin K. Maybe you need to take out or add in zinc. Maybe you need to take out some, like, you gotta just keep trying different things. And then there's another direction too, apparently, because there's certain mineral needs based on your zodiac sign. There's people talking about that, so you can go look that up. And then so that can help you with the direction. And then there's also about your blood type. So you can look up about that kind of stuff. Like, you got to do some research and look, you got to start thinking like, oh, this is possible. I don't have to keep aging. I can save myself. I can feel better. I can heal myself. And all of those things, that you got to start directing it all towards that energy. And, and it's a whole thing, man. It's a whole redirecting your mind. And don't forget also, while you're redirecting it, out of their mind control is to direct it towards you using it to heal yourself. Like, focus your thoughts on like healing and stuff like that. Like, picture it and focus and stuff. Start picturing things the way you want them. And they don't just change automatically. Like, you got to keep doing it, keep going. Don't just give up. That's one thing. I just feel like so many people, they just want this everything to happen automatically, happen fast. Everything's got to happen fast. And I think that is part of what we're learning. Is it's getting there. It's the getting there. It's everything you do in between. That's the important part. That's where you learn. That's where you grow. You're not supposed to get there real quick. You're supposed to go on the trail. You're supposed to go on the journey. You're supposed to go on the experience. That's where everything happens. That's where you learn. That's where you grow. Everything is happening in the experience. But everybody wants to jump over it. Just get me to the good part. Give me everything I want. Give me everything I need. Make it fast. And so anyways, it's just a way of slowing down and trusting the universe. I think a lot of people want to jump up and get there quick is because they're scared. They're worried it's not going to work out in their favor or whatever. But the more that you direct the energy towards your favor, and the more that you stay active in working towards your favor, it's going to go in your favor. It's going to go in the direction that you're going towards. It's not going to fuck you up. It's not going to flub you up and turn you like you're directing it. You're going in that direction. It's not like the universe is going to go, oh yeah, and then flip you going the other way, unless you're going in the way you're not supposed to go. Like when I was going, trying to build whatever I was trying to do towards my retirement, my job, whatever my lifestyle was. And it wasn't where it was supposed to be. It was supposed to be a big change. And I was just misdirected. Then everything will go wrong. Everything will fall apart. So it won't keep going in the way. But when you are going and you're in the flow and things are going, that's where you got to learn to trust. That's where you got to keep being like, okay, things are going in my favor. Things are going in my direction. But you're working towards it. You're going with it. And that is all part of the challenges. Because there's challenges in there. There's challenges to keep yourself going in the direction you want to keep going. Not be interfered with. Not have doubt. Not, there's a lot of lessons in there. And so that is a part of growing. And it's you can't do it. You can't believe in yourself when you haven't healed yourself. You can't believe in yourself until you can believe in yourself. And it takes you believing in yourself to go in that direction. Otherwise you will keep having doubt, and you will keep feeling, if you don't believe in yourself, then the smallest thing can put you off. Everybody else what they think, because you don't believe in yourself. So it's easy for you. But when you believe in yourself, it doesn't make a shit what anybody else thinks. You just keep on going. It doesn't make a shit. But there's also the recognizing when you're on your right path. And there's signs. Like I said, there's signs. Like the universe will keep taking things away from you when you're going the wrong way. When you're going the right way, it's like they'll just lay something out for you that you need next. Lay something out for you need next. Put something over there you need next. And you'll see. And you just keep going. And there'll be times, maybe there won't be something there. And you'll feel like, man, maybe is this where I'm supposed to do? Is this where I'm supposed to be going? And it's like you got to learn how to trust yourself. You got to learn how to direct yourself and trust yourself. But it's different. It's different than the other way, because it's more of learning to just love yourself, like your value. Like, yeah, I can do this. Yeah, I can do this. It's a switch. And you wouldn't even get that experience if you didn't get knocked off the other one. You had to get knocked off the other one to be able to get onto this one. So it has great benefit, but there is challenges. Because even when you're on your best timeline, when you're on the good part, and then so many of these people with their false teachings telling you just sit back, don't do anything. If you're working towards your manifestation, you have to work towards your manifestation. And that is the challenge. That's the growth right in there. You got to work towards what it is you want. And you have to know what it is you want. You have to know that you deserve what it is you want. You got to value yourself to know that you deserve to have the things that you want to have. So anyways, those are all the things like that we're here to learn. We're here to grow and expand, but not sit here and worry and about like some God up there, up in heaven, who obviously has got issues. Like this God that they try and push on people. It's like, I don't know. To me, the whole thing seems so absurd. But anyways, to me, it's all about, like I'm totally all about the spiritual. I just don't believe that you have this God character that they created. The God, the energy of God is the energy of like the universe. It's like the universe is God to me, but the universe is made up of every bit of existence. We make up all of that. So it's not a God that is separate from us, that is over us. Is all of us together is what creates all of everything. But it's like everything comes. That's why I think why they say like source. It's like the nucleus, like where everything comes from. Like we're all a part of it. We're all a fractal of this energy of knowledge, this energy of expansion, this energy of creation. So it's just that's what it's about. It's all about learning and growing and loving and expanding and then, but there is these experiences that you can go in because there's significance to the experience. There's so much, if it is just to come in and enjoy the senses or, to feel love, or there's multiple different reasons to come, but there's always a benefit, but there's always a good side and a bad side. And you do have to go through a lot of hard things to be able to enjoy the good things. But that's why when you have the good things, you got to really, have great gratitude. Have great gratitude for all things, because even all the lessons that come in, you got to know in your heart and soul that you're benefiting from those lessons. You're growing, you're expanding, you're learning, you're becoming more of a loving person. You're becoming more of a evolved, mature, somebody who can handle themselves. So there's like all of it has a lot of benefits. So anyways, I was just wondering how long I was talking for. Oh my God, now she's gagging. Maybe she did swallow the damn thing. Nothing would surprise me with that girl, I swear to God. Now she's trying to gag it up. What are you over there trying to do? Did you swallow that thing whole? I'm still in. This girl. She is such a chunky one too. But I get chewed out by the vets all the time. She's got to lose weight. You try. You get her. Well, you just got to make her no slut. Well, she has. I think she's lost some weight, but she's thick. She's thick, and it's just unfortunate that she got the arthritis in the hips, hip dysplasia. But that's her soul's journey. And every time I just feel so much like she was a predator, except for I really think that she was recently a cow too. But she's been a lot of different things. I just feel certain of it. I see different characteristics of her personality, of these different animals and stuff. And then plus I still have the memory of the dream that I had when I was a little kid. It was haunting. It went for years and years. I did not want to go to sleep at night. It was horrible. I was constantly being killed by this big cat. and it would shift around. Like sometimes it would shift and it would be what was going to kill all these other people. There was other people, and then as it went on, it started becoming a killer. I was being haunted. There was always a killer. But when I was really younger, it was always this big cat. And that is when I moved over here. You know I've told this story before. But when I moved in here, and I believed the realtor when she said, no, there won't be any wild animals. You live in a neighborhood. and and then so as soon as I found out there was a mountain lion in my backyard, I freaked out. Like I really was going to sell the house. I was bawling, and I wasn't even here. It came up as an alert on my phone, and I was out of town, and I started panicking. I was like freaking losing my mind, and I was emailing the realtor. I was so mad. I was so mad. How dare you tell me that there would be no wild animals? Do you have any idea? and then when I went to bed that night, is when I got shown that it was Stella. She was the one who had killed me, and then that she's here to protect me now. She's here to guard me and take care of me. But believe me, sometimes that big mouth opens. I'm like, oh, what if she forgets? What if she forgets? What if she just decides to kill me again? But anyways, that's why I think that she has these different aches and pains. It's like all different souls have to go through these different experiences because they learn the other side. So she has caused pain, and I mean, I don't know, predator animals cause a lot of pain and destruction, and so I think that she just has to go through the experience of like going through pain, so she understood. Like every soul is evolving. All souls are always evolving. We're all energy. It's all on different levels of energy. Like if you're, and then when you're out of here, then you kind of get more of awareness. But just because somebody's in an animal body doesn't mean that they are lesser soul. She could be just as old a soul as me. We could have been just going through this always together. Which I think that is what, I think that's what a familiar is. I think that is what your spirit animal is. It's a soul on that vibration that, that you're connected with. Because you come in and you learn from each other. Just like what a huge part she's been about my journey of, she's been a huge part of it, that's for sure. So anyways, all those things are just, I feel like I say the same things over and over and stuff, but I don't know. I can only say what I see. But it really does seem like we're right at this time of, you just get, like, we get so much closer and so much closer. Like, I know it's going to be this flipping. Like, we're getting so much closer, even though it's like, but because you can just see how the people, arguing, even when they're being called out, arguing, it's going to flip where they're going to see this side of themselves. That's what's coming, and it's coming. I think it's coming in quick. I think it's gonna, I don't know. I wish it would. Well, I wouldn't say. Well, I wish it would be next week or something, because whatever's gonna go, I want to get to my appointment. Then whatever goes. Like, I don't know. I mean, I also. I mean, not whatever goes. I don't want these assholes to. I don't want to fight with these fuckers over my house. But I mean, if that's what goes down, I guess that's what goes down. Because it's against my fucking human rights. You cannot just go in. I've come in here and done work. And for the bank to just say that they can take it, especially when the bank takes the money, they loan you the money off your Social Security. That's one of the big corrupt things. That, like, there's so much corrupt shit on these loans and shit that they were giving us. They go and get the money out of your whatever, your trust, and then they loan it back to you. You never take their money. It's like, the whole thing is just, there's so much absurdity in this whole thing. I'll just be so glad when it all just crashes down and just don't even have to think about it anymore. Just think about where we're going and how we're going to get there. And, you know, I don't know. Because, God, I feel like jumpy. There's so many fucking crashing sounds all the time. And then those construction guys are over there making a whole lot of noise again. You know, so anyways, I feel edgy. But hopefully I'm going to get some sleep tonight. And Mrs. Old Thunderbutt over there, Grumpy Pants, he's refusing to eat. Now he's just scarfed down these giant ass things. But I don't know. I can't blame it on her. I'm the adult in charge. If you can call me that. So anyways, now if I'm aging backwards, like, I don't know, I don't have to try and act like as an old lady or something. I can just be who the fuck I want to be. Like, you know, it's like they lock you in, they stereotype you. That's so funny. That is so true. You do get stereotyped, and then people just look at you a certain way. But all that's changing. Now it's like really opening us up to just being who we want to be. You know, and so you got to figure out, who do you want to be? But in the meantime, you got to remember to love yourself, love everyone, and have a loving day. And I'll talk to you tomorrow. Bye.